Hello and welcome to the Fight to Fight. I'm Holly Donovan and today we are joined by two-weight world champion Chantelle Cameron. How are you doing, Chantelle?
Great, thanks Holly. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So thank you so much for joining us today. It's really a pleasure to see you. First up, I want to say congratulations for a couple of weeks ago.
Thank you.
Amazing fight against Victoria Bustos. So, I mean, how was that in the ring? It looked like it was a really easy day at the office for you.
Like respectfully, because obviously I think Victoria's a great fighter and a great former champion, so I don't want to be like disrespectful, but it wasn't easy. No, I think what her game plan was very good. I think she made things a bit frustrating in there for me and a little bit tricky, but I have a great team that got me through it and just like, basically told me what to do. I think the ref was giving me a bit of a hard time and making it a little bit harder than it needed to be. It kept on warning me for her head, but it was nothing to do with me. It was her who kept ducking. And I was getting a bit worried I was going to get a point deducted. So that was a bit, I was getting on my nerves a bit because I couldn't box how I normally would box. And it was just, you could say I was getting a bit aggy in there thinking, now get off my back.
Fair enough. Yeah. What was it like? So you were, I mean, the last time you were out was like, well, how long? From October? So quite a long time out. How was it getting back into training and being thrown back in?
It was quite difficult because obviously it wasn't the fight that I was expecting and wanted. When you're told that when you're contracted and you're told your next fight's going to be Undisputed and you're in a tournament, and then I think it's 7 months, nearly 8 months down the line, my dog just sat right next to me trying to take up the chair.
He's very welcome.
And he's like trying to nudge me out of the way.
He wants the limelight. Let him in.
Yeah, literally nudging me. So that was a little bit frustrating because obviously it was like, obviously I was motivated for every fight. You're motivated, but it was the frustration that was like, I was a bit pissed off really. But I knew that Victoria was a good opponent, and that's why I picked her, because me and Jamie said we needed that fire in my stomach, where I needed to have that bit of like fear that, God, I could lose this if I don't switch on. So I think my opponent choice was perfect for me.
I thought so when I saw who it was. I thought, previous world champion already. She'd given other people a tough time, but I had no doubt still.
But I'm hoping now that obviously the big fights will come, because I've been chasing the big fights for so long now, and I thought that was happening. I thought in October, I thought, bloody hell, like now my career's going to take off. Obviously, it's just frustrating because I didn't know what was actually happening and what was going on, and I was just left in limbo a bit. So I was just like, God, why am I not getting anywhere in boxing? I just seem to go forward and then take 3 steps backwards every time.
But I can see that with you. What I love about you as well is that you're really hungry for it. You want to be active. You want to be out there and showing everyone.
That's what I mean. I like performing. That's why I like boxing. I like to perform and showcase what I've been doing in the gym and what I've been working on. And I struggle to be in the boxing gym when I don't have a date. I think I'm bored. I like being in camp and like preparing and stuff. So when I'm out of camp, I just do a lot of weights and running. I go to the boxing gym 2 or 3 times a week. But obviously when you're in camp, I'm 5 days a week. I'm sparring and tactically preparing for a fight. That's what excites me.
And you got that goal in mind. Like you need the goal.
Exactly. Otherwise you're in the gym and you just like going through the motions and thinking, I really want to fight. Especially I love fighting. I love sparring. I love like being hitting. So when I'm not
being hit.
I actually don't mind being hit.
It makes you feel alive, right?
I need a good jab on the nose to wake me up.
Keep it going, Do you know about the next fight? Is there more news? I mean, are we looking at Carly Reese? Are we looking at, I heard about Jessica McCaskill. Like, do you know any more about the next one?
So it's Carly Reese or Jessica McCaskill. I don't think it's going to be Carly Reese, if I'm honest. So I'm hoping for McCaskill.
That'll be exciting.
We'll see what happens. But me and McCaskill, I think, is going to be a great fight if it happens.
For sure. Well, whose belts will that be for? Which weight?
It's down to my management. I'm hoping to a catch weight, and she also put her belts on the line. So nice. Then the argument is, why should I put my belts on the line when she's undisputed?
Yeah.
So I think like the right thing to do would be like, she's undisputed, so she's got more belts. Whack them on the line.
Exactly. Make it a proper defense, and you can clean up that one, and then go back.
Then go back, and then I go back down to lightweight as well.
Yeah.
Clear up 3 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to ask you about 3-minute rounds. So yeah, I know that you've been pushing for them. I'm so 100% behind this as well. And I want to know, how do you feel like this is going to happen? What needs to be done for someone to say yes and agree, and for this to actually make history and take place?
I think for more women to say they want 3-minute rounds, I think that will be the start, because the more women that say it, the more people are going to kind of listen and take notice that women want to do 3-minute rounds. And I think me and Jamie, we said in my last fight, I'll defend my world title, I'll do 10 3-minute rounds and be the first. But we heard nothing back, and I think it just takes someone like me to just do it, break through. Everyone else will follow the footsteps as well.
Follow suit. Well, back in so before the Taylor Serrano fight, I watched the press conference. It was a February one, so it's the first one. Yeah. And Amanda Serrano actually asked Katie Taylor, "Will you do this fight at 3-minute rounds?" And Katie said no. How about you ring up Amanda?
I'll do 3 rounds.
Just see.
But I think that would do it Amanda's style even more, because she comes forward, she's aggressive, she's fit. So I think you can see why Amanda Serrano would have wanted the 3-minute rounds.
Yeah, it's the cardio.
Was it the 5th round against Katie?
Yeah.
Like, Amanda has an extra minute.
Yeah.
Right. Would have changed the fight completely. That extra minute.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's that unlimited cardio as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
To keep pushing through. But I agree.
So I have 3-minute rounds all the time. Train 3 minutes. So I do 3 minutes. Majority of my camp until like the last couple of weeks, we go down to 2s.
Oh, really? So does that mean when you get in the actual ring, it's easier?
Yeah, a lot easier, because I spar the lads, mate. So I do 3s with them.
That sounds very cool. See, it's possible. Yeah. What do you say? Because a lot of the governing bodies are saying no because of scientific health reasons, stuff to do with apparently women. We suffer from concussions worse, apparently.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true. What do you say as a response to that?
I think equal rights, ain't it? So you want equal pay and equal rights, and we getting punched in the head anyway is dangerous. Like, not dangerous, but there's danger in the ring for anyone.
Yeah.
For the amateurs, for pros, for women, for males. Like, it doesn't really matter. So I think the rounds, like, obviously you're going to be in there for longer and taking more punches. But I think it's a sport anyway where there is the risk of taking too many punches to the head. So it's our choice to be in the ring. That's why we box.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with the equal pay. It's like you can't ask for equal pay if you're doing half the work.
So I'd see why we're not getting equal pay, because we are doing half the work. Like, we're not doing the extra minutes. So to get equal pay, the argument is now that we only do 2-minute rounds, which is fair enough. But I think we did 10 3s. We can argue for equal pay because we're doing double the work, really.
Yeah, exactly. And what about when people say, "Oh, it's not going to be as entertaining"? When, like, because I hear this all the time. "Oh, women's fighting is really entertaining because they pack it all in 2 minutes." What's your response to that?
But it's also over a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So there's it is entertaining because the tempo's high, because you've got to get the work in, but it's also over a lot quicker. And I think there'll be more stoppages with 3-minute rounds, because, as we said, Taylor versus Serrano, the 5th round, where she had her in trouble, the bell went and she recovered, whereas another minute could have changed the situation. Yeah. So when I boxed, I'd have them hurt with 10 seconds to go, and then the bell will go, and then they recover because they've had that minute, and then you have to do your work again.
So it'd be much better if you could just do it with the 3 minutes and have a real
3-minute round, really break down your opponent.
Yeah, Oh, I agree. I want to see it happen. I believe you can make it happen.
I hope it happens.
Sure. So I wanted to ask you, when we had obviously the headline in Taylor Serrano, Madison Square Garden, that was when we started to find out stories about Amanda Serrano, the fights that she went through to get where she was, getting paid nothing pretty much. And then things about Katie having to pretend to be a boy, to being a trainer. And I don't reckon that female fighters should have to wait to headline Madison Square Garden before saying some of their story. So I want to ask you, how was it for you starting out? What drew you to the sport? What got in your way? What pissed you off as a woman? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I come from kickboxing. So in kickboxing, there's a lot more female kickboxing fighters, and it wasn't frowned upon. It was kind of like, it was just normal kind of thing. So I remember the first time I went into the boxing gym, I never went back for about 3-4 months, because it was just, I walked in and it was like, a woman, what is she doing here? And I've never felt so uncomfortable. And I just really didn't like it. I just thought, and I think I was about 16, 17. And I thought, oh no, it's awful. It's all men, lads. And I just didn't fit in. I was like, can't do this. And then it was my kickboxing instructors. I trained in Birmingham, but I live in Northampton. So I was traveling a lot, and my kickboxing instructor actually told me, like, go to the boxing gym for the night shone up here. So I went back there and I kind of just grit my teeth, and it took the coach there to take me on the pads to see that I actually had decent hands. And then I kind of gained everyone's respect because I was training just as hard as the boys. So it took me a while, but I had to like gain respect.
Yeah.
And then ways like digs like, oh, you're a woman, you're a girl, you can't be doing this, or you shouldn't be here, you're a girl. But it just blends in, and you just become family.
Proper like $1 Million Baby stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
In the corner, proving yourself.
I had to beat a few boys up to get respect. Then they think they couldn't tell me to get out of the gym. They think I battered you.
Yeah, we're like, try me.
Yeah, go on. Try to get me out.
What happened when you first went pro? Because obviously you had the amateur career as well, and then you went into pros. Yeah. What were the differences that you found going into the pro career? Was that just as difficult, or did you feel like you were accepted more?
I think I was accepted more. I think for me it was the business side. I come from Team GB, where you kind of wrapped in cotton wool, so it was so easy, and you was really looked after. And then you go into the pros, and you get found out quite quick that it's a business.
Yeah.
And you're not prepared for the business side of the game. You're going to get stung, and it's a bit of a shock. So for me, that was just the biggest thing. But other than that, like, I think if you're a fighter, you're a fighter, and you can adapt to any kind of style of fighting or situation. Yeah. So if you're just smaller gloves, hands are wrapped bit more like professionally, and longer arms, and that was it. It was just back to business,
back to normal basics.
Yeah.
What about, so when you were training and doing the camps, were you alongside other men? Were you treated the same? Did you have like similar length camps and things like that? Did you
right. I was in camp with Josh Taylor, Cal Frampton, so good lads. Nice. And obviously look at their careers, unbelievable. So for me it was amazing, because I got to watch and learn from them. And it
was like your dog.
Oh, it's snoring away.
You're getting involved.
There was things that were different, but I obviously can't go into that because I'll get in trouble. But it was different.
Yeah, no, I read stuff about your the promotions and like little things where
so it's different, and I think that was a bit shit. But obviously I'm not going to talk about that. But now it's a lot better. Like with Nigel and Jamie, I'm just one of the Nigel's always punching me in my face with the pads, whacking me, punching earrings out. So literally I get treated no different.
That's what you want though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something about my camps. So my camps are exactly the same as the boys. I have long camps, train the same as the boys. There's literally no difference, and they treat me like one of the boys as well.
That's you just got to embrace it.
Yeah, got to get on with it, not mine.
Yeah, for sure. That's really good though, as well, that you took the bad and you were like, I'm gonna leave that behind. And then
now I've got a great team behind me. It's like a family. So it's not work anymore. It's just fun.
Yeah. No, it looks like that.
I see that in my performances in fight week and that have no pressure. It's calm, it's relaxed, and even in the ring, like I can not mess around, but I can show that I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, for sure. The smile.
We've done the preparation, so the hard work's done.
Yeah, it's the time to shine, that bit.
Yeah,
for sure. No, that's really good, and it's lovely now because when I look at fight cards for Matchroom and things like that, it's really rare now that I'll see a fight card that doesn't have female fights on it. So
I think fight card now they have a female on, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's really nice. I always make a point of watching it early to get in and get all the women first. Yeah. How do you think? So we've starting to build some momentum. I think this is a really exciting year. I think like COVID started the female boxing kind of momentum, building it up. What do you think we need to do to make sure it keeps rolling? And for the future fights, say you and McCaskill, we've got Savannah Marshall and Krista Shields. What do we do to make sure these fights have all the attention and that we keep building, basically?
I think for promoters to really get behind it and really boost it, so promote the life out of it and do the big build-ups, get the 50-50 fights, and just literally promote the life out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the boxers to do the boxing. Like, that's our job, to box and fight. So leave that to us and the team around you to really put the work in to boost the fight and get people talking about it. Yeah,
no, absolutely, I agree. And what do you think about the kind of out of the ring stuff, the Twitter spats between Marshall and Shields? Do you think that's a good idea to try and build it up like inside and outside the ring?
It's not in Serrano's nature. Serrano's been my friend for years now, and it's not in her nature. So I think she's not selling the fight, but she's just like, I think they generally get on each other's nerves.
It's real.
So it's real from Serrano because that's not really her personality to be like that. But I think like the fight is just going to be so intense because there is that history.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can feel it as well. People are excited.
I'm really forward to the fight, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think of the fight of the weekend? So it was like debut of Lauren Price.
Oh, very good. I've always liked Lauren, and I was excited to watch her. So I was actually down there to watch her. I was looking forward to her debut.
Yeah, it was I saw it too. I was there as well.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, it was really good. I love watching like the beginnings, and I think give it a year, and she'll be like in the mix of everybody else going for world titles.
They're good as well. They're going to fast track her.
Oh yeah,
because she's experienced, she may as well be.
Yeah, good enough. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I suppose as well, that's the leap, isn't it? You go from amateur to world title. There isn't a lot in between for the women.
Yeah, I think that's where women's boxing needs to grow. Is they need a middle. So instead of going there to leap into the world title, they do need a middle.
Yeah, because all the men have that as well. You know, the British, the European, all those other belts, and I think you just need.
If we're quite stuff like it needs the boxes to come through the amateurs where you'll get that middle as well.
Yeah, absolutely. One last question, Chantelle. What would you say to young girls right now? I reckon thousands joined up to a boxing gym like the day after Taylor Serrano, and I think they're still doing it now. What if they walk into a gym and they see a ton of blokes? What would you say to them to, keep them motivated, or if they're thinking, or like you did, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to go back.
I'd say blank it out. Don't even look around or acknowledge anyone. Just literally do your skipping, do your shadow boxing, do your bag work, and just blind it out. Literally, just don't acknowledge it. Go with a friend so you feel a bit more comfortable, and just do the work and just blend in. And to be fair, it's like anything. To begin with, everything's scary. The unknown's always scary. But if you keep going back and going back, you're just going to blend in anyway. Like no one's going to really care. So you just got to stick at stuff. Even when you're out, or just stick at it, and you will just become natural. And you wouldn't be thinking, oh, there's too many men here, too many boys here. You wouldn't be thinking the same. Your mentality will change.
Yeah, for sure. You'll end up owning the space.
Yeah, taking over,
becoming a boy, and becoming a world champion like you. Time world champion. That's amazing. Thank you so much for talking.
Cheers, Holly. Thank you.
I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you out next. Have you got any idea of time frame? Like,
it should be September, I'm hoping.
Oh, good, soon.
Yeah, not too long.
That sounds great. We'll look out for you, and thank you so much. I hopefully speak to you again soon.
Brilliant. Thank you.